Let's do a little celebrity mojo. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
In the new movie, This Is Where I Leave You, a majorly dysfunctional family is forced to come together and come to terms with the real issues in their lives. And with a star-studded cast, including Tina Fey, Jason Bateman, and Jane Fonda, the laughs come just as often as the tears. Take a look.
Your father had one final request, and we are going to honor it. He just wanted his kids under one roof. So for the next 7 days, you are all grounded.
Hey. What? Oh, no, we're just sitting in an awkward silence.
You guys made really good siblings. Actually, the whole family made a great family. Were there moments maybe during production or in your downtime where you guys started to feel like a real family? I mean, you're holed up in this house.
I moved Tina in.
Yes.
And she will not leave.
I live with Jason and his family.
Just during production, but she didn't want to.
Gotten so much makeup on their towels. I can't even tell you.
You know, I think we got along too well to actually be a real family.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I think that was.
Years of resentment hadn't really worked its way in.
I mean, everyone has dysfunction to some extent in their family, so I think it's a kind of a universal situation. Someone came out and they came up to me and said, you know, this movie makes me want to call my sister. I'm going to call her right now. It makes you treasure family.
It absolutely does.
And realize that you can have dysfunction and wounds and you can heal. Get over it.
Whoops, we come apart there. Mom, can you please close that robe, please? Cover it.
Just breasts, Judd. Same ones you suckled at.
No, Mother, those are not the same breasts you nursed us with. Those are different. Those are you got bionic breasts now.
We have to bring up, because they have such a huge role, you were two leading ladies in the movie. Yes, you're. Were they heavy? We were all laughing about it. We're like, what happened to those after the film? Where'd they go?
Because they're prosthetics, so no, they weren't heavy. If they were real, I probably would have had to have a breast reduction at some point, or my back would be crooked.
I mean, I told her she got the part. Her very next statement was, let's get the best fake boobs in the business. And it took like 2 hours to get them put on, but she loved them. She was always kind of flashing them, and it made for a very weird visual for the rest of us because it looked completely real. So you had the impression you were looking at a topless Jane Fonda, but to Jane, she was showing off a costume.
I can't do this anymore, because this is already like a new record for me, keeping my mouth shut.
Seriously,
you
put that
are
down.
stressed out and you're grieving, so you tell them,
How much
or
I hate you, right?
Tell
I
them.
will pinch you. I'll
So,
punch
John,
you.
where is
Stop
that
it.
beautiful wife of yours?
She's gone. Quinn is gone.
That's an example where, as a director, I went to Jason and I said, do not blow. And I went to Tina and I said, make him blow.
They didn't know each other.
And they didn't know that I'd given each other completely opposite objectives. And that's why Tina ended up pulling on his hair really hard. He ended up threatening violence. But I think the result is that it feels like siblings.
You're all, in the movie, sitting Shiva, so 7 days locked up in a house together. If you guys spent 7 days locked up with someone not family, who would you want it to be?
Well, it's Oprah. It's always Oprah.
Oprah, she wins everything.
It's Oprah.
Or Gail in a pinch.
Gail.
Gail.
I've done that with Gail. I've already done it with Gail.
Yeah. Well, then I'll take Stedman too. I just want to be near Oprah,
Yeah.
if it's possible.
All right, being that the movie is This Is Where I Leave You, I'll set you up with some scenarios inspired from the movie, and I'd love you to finish with This Is Where I.
Okay.
You lose your acting jobs, this would never actually happen. Okay.
It will happen.
But you have a clean slate, you can start a new career. This is where you
Become a middle school gym teacher.
Really?
English teacher.
Yeah, gym teacher in middle school sounds pretty smelly.
English teacher.
How about for you?
Architect.
Really? Wow. Okay, last one. You suddenly realize that you've been overheard. It's getting busy.
Up.
This is where you
Fake a heart attack. I left the baby monitor on upstairs.
Oh, there we go. There.
Turn it off.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Stick a baby in there, Paul. Shove a baby up there.
It's a circle of life, everybody. Let's go, Altmans.
Hi, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Healthy Voyager. I'm Carolyn Scott Hamilton, and welcome to beautiful Bermuda.
A
beautiful island nation with British history that meets Caribbean flair, Bermuda is stunningly beautiful and boasts great shopping, dining, culture, and of course, fabulous beaches. No matter what kind of traveler you are, Bermuda has something for everyone. Did I mention the beautiful beaches? I dined at a number of authentic Bermudan establishments like the super fun Swizzle Inn, featuring the namesake drink, the Swizzle. And I had the pleasure of staying in an eco-friendly room with a beautiful view at the Fairmont. So I'm here on the grounds of the National Bermuda Museum. It is located here at the Navy Boatyard or Dockyard. There's lots of shopping and dining here, and this fantastic museum that looks like it's an old military base and fort. So I'm going to check out the grounds. Follow me. After sightseeing, I got to relax at my hotel and enjoy another Bermudan signature drink, the Dark and Stormy. After our rum tasting, they've taken us to the Watson's Farm and Market. So this is where they grow a lot of fresh, local, organic produce, and they've got a fabulous market that I'm going to pop into in just a moment, and we're going to check out the grounds and see what they're growing here. Growing a wide array of organic veggies, Watson's is one of the few organic farms on the island. It was off to another locale, Gosling's Rum and Wine Store. So I'm here in front of Gosling's Wine Store where we're going to be doing some rum tasting. I'm super excited to see what's going on with Bermudan rum here at Gosling, so follow me. Time for some Bermuda Gold made with local loquat fruit. Check it out. Time to taste it. Early morning tasting.
That comes from the seed of the loquat. So we use the seed and the flesh.
Not bad, I have to say. It's liqueur, so I'm willing to bet the next few tastings are going to be a little tough. Next on the list is the Gosling's Family Reserve Old Rum. Look how beautiful this bottle is. Nice stuff. Let's see how it is going down. Let me breathe, do a little swizzle. It's awesome.
Bye now.
Time to check out the other side of the island, St. George. Well, I'm here in King Square, which is located in St. George, which is the oldest settlement here on the island of Bermuda. In fact, I'm sure I'm going to see the beach where the British ship shipwrecked and founded, all by mistake and happenstance, the island of Bermuda. So this is old 1600s colony. So I'm excited to take this fun walking tour and see what lies ahead. So behind me, I am actually in the graveyard of the St. Peter's Anglican Church. And what is of note about this church is that it is the longest running Anglican church in the Western Hemisphere. So it's been running, still in use since 1612, since St. George here in Bermuda was settled. So a lot of these graves are super, super old, and I'm gonna go inside and check out this church. As you can see behind me, there's the replica of one of the ships that settled Bermuda, and just saw a gentleman walk past me in period clothing. I'm about to watch the Ducking of the Wives reenactment, which is when the townsmen would dunk their wives into the chilly waters of this little bay here when they were gossips and nags. So let's check it out. I'm here in downtown Hamilton, and Hamilton is the capital of Bermuda and happens to be my namesake, so I'm going to check out Front Street, all the shopping and dining. Follow me. So I was just looking for a latte, and I happened to find Juice and Beans here on Front Street in Hamilton. They've got almond milk and soy milk for lattes, but they also have an Indian veggie buffet, and I found out that they have a vegan burrito for breakfast burritos, which is a tofu scramble, and they can make it cheeseless, and it's got potatoes in it, so I'm definitely coming back tomorrow for breakfast. So check them out here on Front Street. It's Juice and Beans. Just before my trip came to an end, I made sure to get my souvenirs and squeeze in a little more sightseeing. Well, that's a wrap on Bermuda. Be sure to join us next time on The Healthy Voyager.
Planet X, we're exploring the gorgeous island of Bora Bora and its 2012 Liquid Festival. With its beautiful still waters and its perfect nature, it's the perfect place for an everlasting adventure.
Bora Bora. Often called the most beautiful island in the world, Bora Bora is home to world-class resorts and quaint French-inspired restaurants. It's known for its jet-setting celebrity visitors who relax anonymously on its secluded beaches. This tiny island, just 18 miles in circumference, is encircled by a protective necklace of coral. Lush mountains provide a dramatic backdrop for the indescribable turquoise, lapis, and aquamarine of the sheltered lagoon. Arriving by air is a unique experience. The runway is on a motu, and visitors take a boat to reach the main island. It's no surprise that most of the island's activities center around the spectacular lagoon. Once a year, this very lagoon becomes a stage for a fun and joyous celebration of water sports and Tahitian culture. Originally known as the Bora Bora Iron Mana, the event was established in 2000 by world-class aquatic athlete and competitor Stefan Lambert. It began as the only outrigger canoe paddling event in the world that covered more than 34 miles, but it's grown bigger and better ever since. Each year, the festival adds new races and changes up the courses. This ensures the novelty of the event and keeps the races fair yet competitive for both new and returning athletes. Sporting events include a grueling outrigger canoe race, surf ski competitions, stand-up paddling sprints, and long-distance swims. Some of the world's greatest athletes travel from near and far to put their skills to the test. Although competitive by nature, this isn't your typical sporting event. The overall ambiance is playful and celebratory. Family and friends gather on the beach to cheer on the participants and enjoy an afternoon of activities. There's DJs spinning on the beach, festive outdoor barbecues, traditional Tahitian dance shows, and a variety of tours and excursions open to everyone. Basically, the Bora Bora Liquid Festival is a great big party in the lagoon. The most important aspect of the entire festival is the sense of community that comes along with it. Old and young, locals and travelers, beginners and experts all come together in their passion for water sports.
Welcome back to Emotional Mojo. She's the founder of Women's Running Magazine, and she won NBC's The Apprentice, Martha Stewart. But our next guest also had major struggles with weight, and now she's empowering everyone, women especially, to take charge of their lives. Welcome, Donna Stone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to have you here. Truly an inspirational story. You gained over 40 pounds. You say you tried every diet in the book and gained it all back.
So what did you try, and why do you think all these diets failed? What was the problem?
I really did try everything. I think I was in that place in my life where I felt like I had control of everything. You know, I had this great job in New York City working on Wall Street. I had, you know, great education, and there was one aspect of my life that I had absolutely no control over, and that was my weight, no matter what I did. And I mean, I tried everything from, and we're talking, this is 20 years ago, but Scarsdale diet, grapefruit diet. I even tried fasting, and it didn't even last a day. I mean, I couldn't make it to the next day. I just couldn't do it.
But that's something I think a lot of people can relate to. They try, and nothing works. I mean, what do you think the actual problem is? Because oftentimes it's not the diet or the food.
Yeah, well,
it
was a couple things. One, I think it was the mental place that I was in. I really had given up. I didn't believe anymore that anything could work for me. The other thing was some of the diets worked for a small period of time. So I would lose some weight, but then I could not continue on that program for the long term. None of them were lifestyle changes. They were all about losing weight right now. And then, you know,
what?
Yeah, exactly. And then I would gain it back and gain a few more pounds, and it just kept going. And I'm a relatively small person. I'm 5'4", and so 40 extra pounds on my body. I mean, I was miserable. And I remember being in bed in New York City in my apartment, and literally in tears, feeling like I'm never ever going to be happy again with who I am.
But because of that, and through all that, you ended up finding your own formula for losing weight. So it inspired you to write the book Healthy You, which we have. Jada has here in her lap as well. So how does it work? What are the two phases of your program?
Yeah, so there is an elimination phase where we take out foods that are sabotaging our diet. They might not be really bad foods, but they do keep us from losing weight. And then we have a whole week that's a clean week, a clean phase. And it's 100% clean diet, which is most of us do not do, but we should.
And what does that mean?
Yeah, I was going to say,
just tell me what to do.
I'm going to take notes here.
So again, so it's not that they're bad foods, but so sugar, we eliminate sugar, we eliminate wheat, dairy, artificial sweeteners, we eliminate highly processed food, red meat, and alcohol. So those are 7 items that we eliminate in week 1 from our diet. And again, it's not that I believe wheat is terrible or milk is terrible, but typically when we're eating meat, you know, wheat or milk or sugar, we're eating processed foods, very unhealthy, not natural at all. And so what we do by eliminating those and maybe bringing in some good substitutions, you know, almond milk or soy milk, rice milk, some healthy wheat alternatives like quinoa and things like that, brown rice pastas, then all of a sudden we're eating a whole new way and we start feeling really good. And you'll notice you have more energy, and I noticed my skin cleared up, and I just felt great, and the weight just started coming off. And that's what this is about. And it was a way to eat forever. You know, nothing's forbidden for the long term.
I wanted
but I want
to
people
ask you
to feel.
that,
Because you accidentally said sugar, I think, we had to give up. That was an accident.
No, it really does that.
So how do you integrate sugar back in once you're kind of in your moderation kind of zone?
So I always say you can do indulgences in moderation. So one of the reasons I think all these other diets did not work for me was foods were forbidden, and I felt like never again would I be able to have my favorite foods. And so with the Healthy You program, it's about seeing how you feel when you eliminate those foods and then slowly bringing back foods in moderation. And so I always say, you know, it's important to indulge. You know, every Sunday night we have pizza night with my kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm not giving that up. And I like in the summertime going to the ice cream parlor with them and not feeling guilty about having an ice cream cone. But you can do that because if you're on the Healthy You program, you're eating so clean and healthy most of the time that those things won't sabotage your diet anymore.
And that's an experience-based thing too. It's not just you eating pizza by yourself. It's with the family. You went to the ice cream parlor with the family.
And it's fun. Yeah, it's an experience, just like you said.
I wanted to ask you about family because you're a mom, and you know, in the news we've seen a lot of, like the Fit Mom, for instance. She put this picture on Facebook with her 3 children, this amazing body, asking, "What's your excuse?" And she got a lot of flack for pressuring moms to look a certain way. Kim Kardashian recently posted a selfie in a bathing suit, and she looks amazing, but she's a new mom as well. So what do you think the message is that moms have as to how fast they should lose weight and what's safe and what's not? I mean, how do we, I don't know, just take control of our bodies and our minds and not go crazy?
And
be comfortable with you.
Right. I think there's a lot of pressure out there, and that is what's negative, you know, is the pressure to do it in a certain time, to do it so quickly. And I think everybody is different, and you have to find what works for you. But when you eat healthy and you eat wholesome foods, the weight does come off, and it's going to come off in a time that makes sense because you're doing something good for your body. And so the hard part is not being able to look at somebody else and saying, oh, well, you've lost X number of pounds in 2 weeks, why didn't I? It's about saying what's going to work for me, and as long as I'm slowly getting to a place where I'm healthy and I feel good and I'm getting to that healthy weight, that's what's important.
And I love that you talk about the feeling good, because that's such a huge aspect of it is mind over matter too, you know?
It really is. A lot of it is mental and just, again, like not giving up, because I've been there. You know, I felt it like I was at a place where I was never going to get to that healthy weight or feel good or have that energy again. And I just had to start thinking about, no, I can do this. Just all these fast programs of, you know, fad diets, they don't work for me. So let's find a way that is healthy and a great way to do it. But the thing was, the weight came off really fast. And we've done focus groups with Healthy You, and women are losing anywhere from 6 to 10 pounds in the first week. So that's fast. I mean, that's
amazing.
rapid. But what it is we're taking all these unhealthy foods out, and we're putting all these great foods into our body, and our body's going, whoa, what's going on, you know?
Well, Donna Stone, thank you so much. Her book is called Healthy You. Make sure you guys check that out. We have some questions from viewers I wanted to get your opinion on. And the first one says, hi, Mojo team. I'm currently on a weight loss journey. I've dropped almost 100 pounds in the past year. But the time with my friends is getting weird. It started with little comments when we'd go out to eat because I'd get a salad instead of a big meal. Then anytime I want to talk about my workouts or my new goals, they say, oh, here we go again. When I buy new clothes, they make fun of me for trying to show off and flaunt my body. I can't help I'm proud of my hard work. I only talk about it because it's a big part of my life, and I'd like to share it with my friends. What am I supposed to do? That comes from Piper in Florida. What do you think?
So this is sad, right? This person is doing something great for themselves. They're probably so much healthier because if she lost 100 pounds, she probably was in a place where she was not healthy at all. But you have to be happy with where you're at, and you need support. And if your friends aren't going to give you support, then maybe those aren't the right friends. And I hate saying that, but your friends should be happy for you that you've done something. And she just has to make sure, though, that she's not flaunting it too much, and that maybe she's talking to her friends about, hey, you know, do this with me, and you'll feel great too.
And Jason, you've lost a lot of, we've talked about your weight loss story because you were 330 pounds previously. Did you have any kind of problems with your friends or family or anyone?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's always people that they say, well, you know, you better be careful. You don't want to gain it back. And, you know, they're always kind of holding
giving you that
back.
negative
Yeah, they're kind of trying to protect you by putting you in a place that they're okay with. But that's not the place you need to be. And so like you said, to your point, if they're not the people that are going to support you, then you may just need to kick them to the curb and not share that type of thing with them.
No, and find people that will support you.
Here's another one. This comes from Anonymous Husband. It says, how do I tell my wife she can stop with her dieting? She looked beautiful the way she was, but now I barely recognize her. I miss my wife with a little extra cushion, but I don't want a fight. Anonymous Husband. This is kind of the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, well, this is great because typically it's the other way around, right? Where the husband or somebody is pushing somebody to lose more weight. And so it's actually refreshing to see that. But at the same time, I always say a woman has to be happy with where she is. And if she's happy, everybody around her is going to be happy. So as long as she's not losing too much weight, you know, he should be supportive as long as she's feeling really good about how she's looking and what she's doing for her health.
Do you think it'd be helpful if he sits down and talks to her and say, hey, honey, you're doing a great job. What is your goal? Do you want to get to a certain weight? Do you want to feel healthier in a certain way? Just
absolutely. The communication there is so important, and she needs to know also. Maybe she thinks he wants her to continue to lose weight because that's typically what's out there. So absolutely, they should be communicating and finding out.
We hate to say it, Anonymous Husband, you have to actually talk to your wife about it. Thank you so much, Donna. We appreciate it.
Thank
you guys,
you.
don't forget
Thank
her
you.
book is called Healthy You, so check that out.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Scott Hamilton, and welcome to another episode of The Healthy Voyager. I'm here in my hometown of Miami, Florida. South Beach, sun, surf, and Latin-inspired grub. My first stop as soon as I get off the plane is Sarah's for my vegan Cuban sandwich. Awesome. And we're off to Wynwood. Choices Cafe, brand new vegan restaurant here in Miami. Serving raw as well as cooked all vegan eats. My Choices has 3 locations to serve you. Chili con kale, 3 different types of beans, veggies, spices. Looks super hearty and delish. Some sprouted organic Ezekiel bread. Steaming hot. Let's try it out. That's awesome. The Insane Wrap, walnut taco meat, beans, onions, peppers, and vegan cheese. Wow. Delicious. Hearty and healthy. Time for some incredible raw food in Coral Gables. Raw vegan Nutella. So we've got the raw veggie pizza with their homemade sun-dried tomato and flax crust. It's delicious. Nice crunchy texture in the crust. The cheese is so convincing. I love all the vegetables in it. Again, it's light. It's the healthiest pizza you'll ever eat.
chocolate mousse pie made from Brazil nuts. It's so delicious that it feels sinful, but it's not. It's actually good for you. I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
In the mood for drinks? It's time for Lost and Found.
Time for some vegan beer and some gastropub eats here at the Lost and Found Saloon. Vegan tacos. I've got avocado tacos, I've got a tofu taco, and then I've got portobello mushroom taco. Anti-bar food at an awesome bar.
We're South Beach bound to dine at Books and Books Cafe.
Healthy vegan with a Latin flair. And boom. Vegan carrot cake with guava sauce. It's like Miami version of carrot cake. The guava sauce totally changes it.
Let's head up north, shall we?
I'm here in Fort Lauderdale at Sublime. It's South Florida's premier vegan restaurant and bar. All natural, organic, fantastic food. Basil polenta. Yum. This is one of their signature appetizers. It's the frito misto, which is lightly fried cauliflower. Let's dig in. God, it smells delicious. Wow. It's like a Asian-inspired dish. A little sweet chili pepper in there. Really light glazed. The sesame seeds are fantastic. It's not overbearing, like fried. It's light, crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. Can't even tell it's cauliflower. It's awesome.
Like mobile treats, Miami's got it.
I'm here at a food truck meetup, and I'm heading over to the Mac and Food Truck. It's Miami's only vegan food truck. So excited to check out their pulled pork and their mac and cheese. Mac and Food Truck, mac and cheese. Two kinds of mac and cheese. Talk about comfort food, man.
Let's head down to Brickell for some Cali-style Mexican food.
El Vato Tequila and Taco Bar. You got tons of great vegan options. That is incredible. That's one of the best vegan quesadillas I've ever had. The soy meat inside is delicious. When do you get to go to a Mexican restaurant as a vegan and actually have dessert? There's totally vegan churros.
With locations nationwide, Evos is setting out to be the healthier choice in burgers and fast food.
So these are their famous air fries. They are not fried. Nothing here is deep fried. So let's check these out. They're still crispy and nice, and they taste like they're fried without any of the nasty oils. When you come to Evos, they've got 3 vegetarian options. 1 is vegan. So make sure if you're vegan to ask for the Delight Patty. We have put the Delight Patty into the Thai wrap, which has rice, noodles, a Thai sauce that's vegan, and a spinach tortilla. I like that. That was good. Really good. Really interesting. And that Delight Patty is really great. Lots of good flavor at Hardee's.
And with that, the sun sets here in South Florida, as well as on another Healthy Voyager adventure.
Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed Miami as much as I did. Join us next time on the Healthy Voyager.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna squeeze gently some kiwis. From New Zealand, it's snowboarding. Stick around for that.
Planet X TV. Treat us sober. All the good things come to you.
Welcome back to Diaries Down Under 2010. So here we have 5 episodes coming out. The first one's here at Coronet Peak and it's open. First place in the Southern Hemisphere to be open. They've got loads of snow. It's got to be about the best place to be right now.
Early season's pretty good here, just good to catch up with all your friends, take a few mellow laps, break into boots, catch up, and the start of winter's pretty much happening here at Coronet, which is the official start really. 2009 was awesome actually. We had good snow. We got to do some really unique stuff. Some of the guys made some big jumps for us, for the crew, and we had some fun playing around with those. And we had some comps in New Zealand which we hadn't seen before as well, so it was fun to enter those and try and compete and shred against your friends. I just like the Southern Lakes because it's home, the scenery is amazing. Hanging out with all your friends, partying after shredding, getting up the hill early and banging out some laps is good fun.
Watch to see by the rain.
There are a couple of options. Usually after a day at Coronet Peak you can either drive home, which yeah, I mean you have to do sometimes if the weather's bad, but usually I'll just paraglide.
Charge them double for your sins.
Yeah, we got a good storm come through 2 days after opening. It's filled things in nicely and we got some good early season powder to ride, so everyone's pretty pumped.
This challenge is bigger, this challenge is bigger than all of us. Caught up in all of us, how will we sort it out this time? This time.
There you have it, Coronet Peak already open, loads of snow around and heaps of fun.
When we come back, more from X Dance here in Salt Lake City. Stay with us.
Planet X TV.
Morning, Brown.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Our guest this morning needs no introduction. He's responsible for one of the best basketball players of all time.
A lot of people say that without you, there would be no Michael Jordan.
Of course there'd be a Michael Jordan. But would he be the world's greatest basketball player? Absolutely not. He'd be like a clown without a rubber nose or all that silly makeup. It would be creepy, but it wouldn't make no sense. Just be some real big, tall dude just lumbering around aimlessly with people throwing spitballs at him.
Yes, y'all. Give it up for Charlie Murphy. Right here.
In the
morning,
flesh.
man.
Morning.
Early for you.
Thanks for coming
It's
in.
very early, especially when, you know, we had to work last night.
Yes.
So do
It's
you
all
sleep
good.
or
This
you
is
just
what
roll
you
out?
have to do if you want to participate in stand-up comedy. You got to get up early. You got to sacrifice.
Yeah, but you love it though, man. I mean, you were
I
one
love-
of the
I
best
love
storytellers
stand-up. I
on
love
stage.
doing stand-up.
I saw you in Nashville live years ago.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, God, it's been 8, 9 years ago. You were with Joe Rogan.
I wasn't that good back then.
No?
But now.
So what has
Now,
changed?
I was good back then.
Yeah,
I was,
you were real good back then. I was
That
loving
was,
it.
yeah, I'm glad you laughed. You got the joke. Some people was like this. That's what I heard too. So you got the joke.
So you work with everybody.
Yeah.
And the list goes on and on.
I haven't worked with everybody, but I've worked with quite a few people.
All the big hitters, all the
But
heavy hitters.
I've worked with them with in most cases, when they were nobody.
Yeah.
And they were somebody, but they weren't like big stars, and that's when I worked with them. I want to work with them now where, you know, the check would be bigger.
Is that where the stories, good stories come from? When they're nobody, so you can carry that on?
Most of the time, the good stories or the big stories are when people are, they feel successful and they're just open. They take chances. You know, when somebody's still trying to climb the ladder, they may have the most brilliant idea, but they'll be afraid to say it.
Right.
If it don't work out, you may never see me again.
Right.
Once the person has arrived, then that's when the filters come on.
Fearless. So who's the one you've seen change the most?
Me.
From?
Me.
You. Okay.
Yeah, me. And I want to also add that mustache and hairstyle that you seen was fake.
Oh, okay. So you can grow full hair.
Thank you for.
No, I don't have no big mustache like those. That looks like the guys in the Whispers. You know, those two twin brothers.
Yeah.
That was a fake mustache.
So
that's a real mustache.
That's real.
Yeah.
They're looking smooth. How much do you love what you do? I mean,
I love it so much that I have 2 kids that are in Jersey right now, and I'm down here with you guys.
Nice.
But I got the wrong time to watch too, because I was young.
It's early.
It's 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm 7 o'clock in the morning on television.
Is it hard?
My kids are not with me.
Is that
so I must really love stand-up.
Yeah. That's got to be the toughest thing. How old are your kids?
7 and 14. I got older ones, but the ones I call kids, 7 and 14.
So we see your characters on TV. We see you work with a lot of people. What's your stand-up like? What do you talk about? What do you get into on stage?
Anything can happen at any moment, and I always keep it real. That's the best way to describe it. I'm not. If you come see my show, you'll be talking about it the next day. You may not be saying good stuff, but I may be a little bit, for some people, some people are too sensitive, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But everybody that leaves there leaves having a good time.
It's comedy, no, it's great. I know I did. Now, were you shocked at all, or with the success of your participation in Chappelle's show? Did that hit you kind of hard?
Yes.
Like,
wow, I think it hit anyone who was involved.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, they had the 10th year anniversary, and it went viral on Twitter 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And it was like everybody's talking about it like the show just came on.
Right. Well, it's iconic still. I mean, it's still hilarious, but I mean,
it's still hilarious. Definitely.
Yeah. And the stories. Oh my God, the stories. Do you have a favorite story that you like telling, or that you think is the
favorite
funniest?
story that I like telling?
Yeah.
No.
No.
And the stories that people like the most for.
Yeah.
I can never do that better than the one that made you like me.
Right.
So when people go, come on, do the Rick James story, I'm like, no, you know what? Let's go on YouTube.
Oh, right.
And you watch the real one. Because if I do a recreation, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be that.
Right. How do you apply that into your stand-up though? Because so much about stand-up is this kind of repetition of a routine. So you really go off the cuff.
That depends on who you are as a comedian.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Improv has a lot to do with my stand-up.
Yeah.
You know? Whatever I may be talking about, I'm aware of the fact that, after you've been coming to a place a couple of years in a row, whatever, you may have a great joke you do. But you don't come back there and tell it the exact same way because let's say you guys were there last time and you don't want to hear that joke exactly like that. You will not become a heckler.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
If I tell it different, make it fresh, you can laugh.
Right on. Right on. Orlando Improv?
Yes, sir.
This weekend?
Orlando Improv this weekend. And yes, I eat club food because I'm a real comedian. Now, I just want to say one more thing. That is the first and most beautiful newscast I've seen with a leopard. With a leopard.
Come on over here, Lisa.
That's the wake me up.
Not that we're keeping her off to the side.
I've never seen it.
Come on over here.
Here we go.
I've never seen a newscaster with a leopard. This is beautiful. More of you should try that. It's gonna wake everybody up.
Thank you.
I'm wide awake now.
You've gone from Chappelle's show to her reel.
Thank you.
Right. Charlie Murphy, everybody, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Planet X TV.
Welcome back to the 74th Annual All-American Soapbox Derby. As you can see, we're inside here where all the cars are safe from the impending rain. We're all waiting in here, parents and kids equally nervous, ready for the race to begin. Let's go take a look at what's going on outside.
Racers ready? Racers set. Go, go.
At this year's Soapbox Derby, the new sports of downhill skateboarding and luge were added to the competition to bring a new mix to the classic action in Akron. Let's take a look.
Racers ready? Racers set. Go.
Outside now, and as you can see, some of the cars have had their covers taken off because it looks like it's clearing up out here. Everybody's lining up for the main event, so let's go watch some racing.
In years past, the designs of the cars were built by kids in their own garages and with their own style on speed and performance. As you can see in the current race, the designs are modern and aerodynamic, allowing for maximum action and acceleration. This year's event took place during a rainy week. However, the wet streets did not dampen the spirit of our racers who came from all corners of America to compete here at Derby Downs.
There is no one who can give you all that you will need. There is no one who can take all this pain away from me. Turn to the Father and I turn to the fire, wind and rain. I dig through my oldest boxes of collectible mirrors and my train. Mirrors and my train. Mirrors and my train. Mirrors and my train. It's really not an answer I'm searching for, but I can't describe it any other way. Listen to the city breathing as the sun pushes up a brand new day. Just before the sunrise, Venus tries to hide around the moon. Sort through the day before me and I take my chances with my tune. Chances with my tune. Chances with my tune. Chances with my tune.
Is it hot in there? Yeah.
I'm up here on Derby Hill to remind you all that behind every great story is an even better backstory. We're up here with the France family whose daughter just won her heat. Can you tell us about your daughter's race today?
Megan France is from New Philadelphia, Ohio, and she just won her first heat in the Rally Masters Division. So that's where we stand right now.
That's really awesome. And how old is she?
She's 16.
And this is her first race?
Actually, she was here in 2007 in the Superstock division, so this is our second time here, but her first race today, yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about how she got involved with racing?
She had a brother, his name was Zachary, and he was invited at our local derby. He had cerebral palsy, and he was invited to participate in the Super Kids race that they were starting up, and that is how Megan got started as well. So at one time we've had two kids racing, one in the Super Kids division and Megan racing in the regular division.
That's so great. We had a great time at the Super Kids Classic yesterday too. Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Mrs. France.
Thank you.
Stick around for more from Planet X.
Planet X TV.
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off. I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own. I'll make the moves up as I go. And that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, shake it off.
Hey, hey, hey! Just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, but I'm just gonna shake into the fella over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. Yeah. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake.